Final Fantasy VII, one of the most iconic video games of all time. So of course, I've never played it. Yeah, I was a Kingdom Hearts kid, and that's really the only exposure I got to Final Fantasy characters. I always thought there were some cool looking people though, my favorite being Sephiroth because of the Kingdom Hearts 2 fight. But I think it's time I finally figure out where these characters come from. I decided to do the remake version cause, I don't know, I have that one. I don't know, maybe y'all can tell me in the comments which is better, the remake or the original, but whatever, let's just start. The very first thing we see is the world of Final Fantasy VII, and I absolutely love the vibe it's giving off. I don't know how to really explain it, but it has this sort of dread feel beneath the surface. Then we start our first mission and get a taste of the combat, which feels really good. I won't go into much detail as it's pretty basic right now, but just know I'm a fan so far. We get some insight of why we're trying to destroy these pumps, and it's because they're sucking the life out of the planet, which is pretty bad. We then have our first boss fight, and man, is this exciting. Having to switch out characters and exploit its weaknesses is such a good thrill ride. If this is just the first boss fight, then I'm for sure ready for what's to come. After that, we gotta escape the building and we successfully blow up this reactor core thing. Yeah, the damage is pretty bad. Pretty sure some people didn't survive, but gotta save the planet. As we're walking, Cloud starts tripping heavy. Then the man himself shows up. Sephiroth. He says some shit, then Cloud goes, must have been tripping, cause I killed that motherfucker already. Yeah, but this dude shows back up next to Aerith, and these dark shadow people appear, and now we gotta make a run for it. Cloud gets an apartment, and in today's economy, this will be around $3,000 a month, but Cloud starts tripping hard. Again. This is like the third time in one day, Cloud. Are you good? But who cares? Let's collect money. Also, really quick, I think I got a glitch where really intense music started playing, which made this scene way more dramatic. Watch this.
Well, now, you must be Cloud. I'm Marl, your landlady. So how'd you like this? You from up on high?
Also, Cloud stands on business. We saved this snitch-ass dude and Cloud was ready to silence him, but Tifa didn't let him. Anyway, Jesse wants us to help steal something from a Shinra warehouse. This bike section was pretty damn fun. It does a nice job of changing up the gameplay. It's not the most complicated fighting ever, but it does its job by adding a fun and exciting set piece. The boss fight at the end was also pretty fun, but you know Cloud handles business. Anyway, Jessie told us to rob her house. Then we go and cause a scene so she can get whatever she needs. After summoning this badass monster thing, motorcycle boss guy shows back up for a 1v1, and this was a pretty fun boss fight. Then we parachute off and that's the mission complete. Cloud gets some sleep, but Tifa wakes him up in a panic. Turns out these shadow things are attacking everyone. Jessie gets hurt, so we take her spot and head out to the next big mission. We aboard the train and everything is all fine and dandy until it's not. Yeah, they found out we were intruders, so we jump off the train and fight our way through. We meet up with Biggs, who made a nice path to Reactor 5. We place the bomb and escape. Yeah, that would be too easy. Turns out we played right into Shinra's hand. Time to take out this big ass mech. Now leading up to this fight, we're actually able to choose how to nerf the boss, which I find really damn cool. The way you do it is by finding these key cards, which in a way rewards us for exploring. The boss itself is really good too. You have to be tactical and utilize your party members' strengths. It's all really fun. Anyway, with the boss done, Cloud gets separated from the other two. We then get this really interesting cutscene. Cloud is in this white space and another Cloud tells him to keep moving, but the other Cloud is actually Sephiroth and he says,
I am your everything.
We wake back up and we're reunited with Aerith. Shortly after, we have to do another big fight, and once again, I loved it. It changes up the pace by making you lean more on the defensive side. Anyway, they're here for Aerith, so we gotta go. We spend some nice quality time with Aerith, and she shows us around town. Honestly, I like the total contrast of her house being all vegetated and colorful compared to the dull dread world. Some kids go missing and say some weird guy in a hood with the number on his shoulder has been causing all kinds of trouble. We save the kids and that man shows up, and when he touches clouds, we get another cool scene starring Sephiroth. When heading back to Aerith's house, we run into this bald guy and it's time for another fight. This one's okay. It's not as good as Reno's fight, but it was still pretty good. But it's cut short because he's needed elsewhere. So Aerith's mom wants us to leave, so we gotta do this little stealth thing. It just got done telling me to not knock over anything down. Bruh, just watch. But that whole sneaking thing was pointless because Aerith is waiting for us anyway. She takes us to Sector 7, but we see Tifa in some cart. Turns out she's going to see if she's picked to be this guy's wife or something. This isn't by choice though, so Cloud and Aerith go to the lawless city to save her. We gotta get Aerith into the same place as Tifa, and to do this, we gotta fight in a tournament to get money for Aerith's dress. Yeah, I don't know what's happening. The first 3 rounds of the tournament were some okay fights, but the bonus round is where it got interesting. Yeah, we have to fight a house. And why is it actually kind of fun? It utilizes different magics, so it's good to use the magic to counter it. Alright, for this next part, I really had to sit down and soak in what I was playing. So Cloud has to earn the approval of this guy named Andrea. And he does this by hitting some smooth moves. I mean, he's got nothing on Dante, but he still hit that shit. Cloud then gets dressed up to be in the audition. We get there and Cornell, or whatever the fuck his name is a total creep. And of the 3 choices, of course, he picks Cloud. Seeing serious ass Cloud in this situation is hilarious. Anyway, long story short, we fall into the sewers. Oh, and Shinra's gonna destroy Sector 7. That's important, right? So in the sewers, we're immediately greeted by this big thing. But, you know, we handle business, come on. We travel the sewers and cross to the Section 7 section. What? We now gotta cross this haunted building, and man, this place is annoying. Mainly because of the stupid ghosts. Anyway, 2 boss fights later, and we're finally out. Now, shit is going down. There's a whole ass war going on. Wedge falls down, but lives. Tifa and Aerith make sure of that. We head up to the tower, fight some guards, then we meet up with Biggs. He's not looking too good though. He tells us, don't let this be for nothing, and we lose him. R.I.P. to a real one, man. Then, Cloud dies next. Oh, never mind, that's just me being trashed. So everything is in total chaos, everyone is panicking, shit is blowing up, I mean it is going down. This scene with Aerith and Marlene really shows how scary this would be. This weird Shinra dude comes to get Aerith, so she makes a deal. Tifa meets up with Cloud and they both travel up the tower and oh my gosh, not again. Can we hit these motherfuckers with a potion? Please, y'all can't do Jessie like that. Well, they do Jessie like that. R.I.P. another real one. Her death won't be in vain though, cause we meet up with my boy Barrett. Now these two are still at it, so let's whoop ass before they drop the plate and destroy everything. Now this is one badass fight. I'm noticing I'm enjoying the fights between humans rather than the big monsters. I don't know, it's just way better in my opinion. Alright, so Baldhead presses the button, but fuck it, Cloud, take him out. Excellent.
Cloud!
Oh my gosh, Tifa, really? Get your sorry ass up and let's make moves. Well, Bald Guy gets away, and the town is destroyed. But at least Wedge had enough time to evacuate. Wedge. Are you oh my gosh. Well, everything is gone, bruh. We lost. Man, it's tough seeing Barrett break down like this, man. All he gots to hold on to is the hope that his daughter is still alive. But shit ain't calm yet. Just when you forgot about him, he shows back up. Sephiroth. Look how shook he has Cloud. He ain't messing around. We make it to Aerith's house and Marlene is safe and sound. We get some backstory on Aerith and find out she's something called an ancient, and that's why Shinra wants her so bad. Well, it's time to go check up Sector 7. Well, whatever's left anyway. We end up in this tunnel that one of Wedge's cats took us to. Then we see him lying down, but before we can get to him, Barrett falls down this big ass hole. We get back to where Wedge is and he's still breathing, but then these creatures straight from hell appear. We get back to safety and it's time to save Aerith. Now I know I'm not close to beating this game, but I gotta get this video done. Now I've gotten comments saying I spend too much time going over the story, but most importantly, I got this game for free for PlayStation Plus and I ran out. And I'm not in the financial situation to renew it, aka I'm broke. Anyway, that's my excuses. Sorry guys. Nah, for real though, it sucks that I can't finish the story because I was really invested in these characters, man. Cloud, GOAT. Barrett, GOAT. Aerith, GOAT. Tifa, she cool. My little explanation of this story does not do justice to how good it is. But video games aren't just about the story. Gameplay is what matters. Now I'm gonna say this right now. I absolutely love this game's combat system. So you have your basic attacks by just pressing square. You also get a nice little lock-on feature, which took me way too long to realize I had, even though I'm pretty sure the game told me about it. But who wants to read? You also get various magic attacks such as fire, thunder, and blizzard, to name a few. The more you use these and the more you level up, the stronger your magic will become. Now in this game, it is not smart to neglect your magic and just swing your sword, because different enemy types have different weaknesses, which you're going to want to exploit. On the bottom of the screen, you will see these two bars that fill up over time. This is what's going to allow you to perform one of three things. You can either perform a strong ability that's unique to each playable character. These abilities let you do hella damage compared to your basic attacks. Some moves will only take one bar, but some will take both bars. So it's important to strategize when to use these, which I absolutely love, because it actually gets me to think in battle and find out what works. You can also get different weapons that each have their own strengths and weaknesses, but no matter how trash the weapon is, I say it's still important to use and master them. If you master the ability that comes with that weapon, then you can use it with any weapon you choose. But if you're using these abilities and they seem like they ain't doing shit, well, that just means the enemy is strong against physical attacks. That's when you use your bars on magic. Now I already talked about magic, so yeah, figure out what the enemy is weak to. The last basic thing you can use the bars on are items. This game has hella items. Of course you have items that heal you like potions, high potions, and mega potions to name a few. Ethers also come in clutch because it restores your MP, letting you use more magic. Those are just the basics, however, because there's a lot more. Some actually let you do damage like the grenades. Okay, so really quick, you have party members that fight alongside you. This is a really cool feature as it adds different characters that you can play as during battle, adding whole new movesets and strengths to use against your enemies. Everything I mentioned before, like the strong attacks and magic, applies to your party members too. But if their health bar depletes, then they'll be useless in battle. But there's items that can revive them, like smelling salts and Phoenix Down. Some enemies have the ability to poison you or give you an effect called silence that makes you unable to use your magic. But don't worry, there's an item for that too. There's many more, but I'm just gonna leave it at that. Okay, take everything I just explained and put it into real time. It is such a blast to have to go into every battle with the plan in mind and try to execute it, then having to adjust and figure out what works. I don't know, it's just really fun. Where the battle system really shines, in my opinion, are in the boss battles. When I was going over the story, I briefly touched on how boss battles went, but I want to give sort of an overview. Boss fights in this game really test everything you learn throughout your battles. Finding weaknesses, learning whether to play aggressive or to play a little more defensive, using your party members' abilities, all of that is so damn fun, it's amazing. When I died, I never got mad. Instead, I figured out where I went wrong and tried something different the next time I went into battle. Each boss felt unique and stood out from each other. Sure, there's some better than others, but no boss fight felt badly designed. There's this one boss I found hilarious. Well, I don't even know if it's considered a boss, but I'ma count it as one. So I was doing a side quest where some dudes were looking to start some beef with us. We find them, and instead of fighting us themselves, they unleash this thing on us. I was like, okay, what is this gonna do? And the first thing he does is shut me up by taking me out with one hit. Like, what? But I still beat him though. I don't know, I just thought that was funny. This didn't even feel like it didn't belong in the universe either. Everything in this game felt fully realized and lived in. Looking at the slums compared to the nicer parts of the cities, seeing how dead the world looks, like it makes sense why Avalanche is a thing. The characters, the enemies, the environment, everything mixes together to create one beautiful piece of art. That's what this game was. Art. Once I'm, not broke, then I'm gonna buy this game, complete, and play the other two cause I loved it. Anyway, like if you like this video, subscribe as it helps me out a ton, and well, I'm out of here.